Hey y'all, how's it going? Welcome back to another Writers Wednesday! Or is it Readers Wednesday? I have been asking myself this question for a really long time. When I first hopped onto the Authortube train, I actually did more book reviews than I actually did videos about my writing. But the longer I was there and the more that I noticed other Authortubers talking a little bit more about their process, I decided to hop on the bandwagon and do the same thing. Slowly, my book reviews have dwindled and I have not done one in the past several months. Which got me thinking, why is there a difference between Booktube and Authortube? And why do they seem to be separated so often? Without further ado, let's get started. Most authors know that in order to become a good writer, you should be a good reader. But on my Authortube channel, I struggle to find ways to keep people engaged who are not writers. Which also makes me wonder how us Authortubers can balance reading, writing, filming, editing, and also, you know, having a normal life, maybe have a job, maybe have a small side hobby, or a social life, but somehow we manage. Now, I would like to make a clear point before I move on any further. I am definitely more of an author than a reader, but I feel like it's more likely that people would find value in Booktube because it's really fun to watch people rant about things that they hate, even for people who don't read. But I have a little bone to pick with Booktube. They are really big complainers and they seem to get gushy about stuff that they hate as well as things that they love. But for the most part, they aren't actually writers. So how exactly can you judge something, quite frankly, on something that you don't know much about the process? I mean, I guess we do that with all the time. Politics, opinions, really anything. Don't run away yet, Booktubers, because I need to give you credit for something. You have the ability to have a much more involved audience. And if we're really gonna flip the coin here, I actually am really grateful that you are making these videos about things that you really dislike about books. I can't tell you how much I have learned from your perspective of not being a writer and simply being a reader of what is going through your mind and your head and what you would like to see improved in the writing world. Or just the opposite, talking about different classic tropes that you like or ones that you would rather see more of. But why do we as authors do that? Why do authors get into the bad habits that readers just can't handle? There is a reason why authors have these bad habits, the different processes that we go through, and seeing that may help people understand why we do the things that we do. I want to be able to talk about these different things that are involved more in Booktube, but I want to put an Authortube spin on it because I want people to see what is actually going on behind the scenes. So I've devised a plan. I miss doing book reviews, but I also don't want to let go of this channel that I have developed since becoming more involved with Authortube perspective. So I'm going to do both, but separately. I want to make sure that there is a distinction between writing and reading. Now, I'm going to be making my writing videos as I usually do, but on occasion, when I have the time to finish a book, I will want to present that as well. I think that it'll improve my writing, it will help me see things better in ways that I have never seen them before, while also giving me the opportunity to rant about a couple of things that I dislike from an author perspective and a reader's perspective, and maybe compare the two and see maybe why the author did that in an author's frame of mind. And I would like to make it constructive so that perhaps any authors that are out there that are watching this channel can see what to avoid, what to improve on, risks that you can take, risks that have not worked in the past. And this is a niche that I want to bring into the Booktube world. I want there to be a logical reason of why the book sucked, why it felt long, why people disliked a certain character. Obviously, I will also be reading indie books as well to give similar feedback of why it is a good or bad book. But I am just one person and I wouldn't want you to go off of just my opinion because I said so. Even though I will try my very best to not generalize a situation or put stereotypes on it, I am just one person with one frame of mind. So I would like to give you guys the opportunity to also read these books along with me and see if you agree and if you disagree. I would just love to have a discussion about these types of things. Today's video was short and sweet, but I wanted to give you guys that introduction that yes, I will be doing book reviews again while I read them. I will introduce the book that I am going to do my next review on, The Girl Who Could Fly. This was a book that I read a few weeks ago. I am trying to get into the habit of reading one book a week. Obviously, it hasn't been working out because I read this a month ago and this is the last book that I have completed in a little while. But I'm excited to share my opinion on that with you, give a writing perspective, study it up a little bit, and hopefully this will be a trend on this channel. I'm planning on putting up any reading videos on Thursday, creating the Reads Day. I know, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there are any books that you think I should review. I would love to get some recommendations to get this rolling. Sayonara, you guys, and I will see you next week.